Hi, lovely. So, I can't tell you how hot it is up here. I also am a bit swollen, as you can see. But let's hope we get a full reading without any interruptions, without getting frozen. As we know, it's the full moon tonight, it's an eclipse, right? So the eclipse is eclipsing things out. This could be inwardly, this could be outwardly. You might see people just disappearing from your life. You might have sudden tower moments where things just collapse. What you thought was on solid foundations isn't. What it does is it ends cycles. So this could be something either inwardly or outwardly that is coming to an end. And sometimes when we don't want to shift, the eclipses come along and eclipse it out. How's the sound? How's the sound? Let's see if we can get a full bloody reading in. Okay, so protection of the highest level. Messages from the fairies for the collective for this full moon in Pisces eclipse. What are the opportunities, gateways? What's the energy? What's the collective energy? What can we work on? Pisces is it's the 12th house. It's said to be a culmination of all of the star signs put together. It's very deep. So I've had some really deep stuff come out. You might have some really deep stuff come out. It is releasing us. It's making us lighter so that we can move into a higher frequency. We've got the priest. The priest represents spiritual lessons, spiritual learning, becoming a high priest in the masculine. I always say he's like sitting on some books. So it's like spiritual teachings or passing those on, becoming a spiritual teacher, meditation. He's wearing a mask. So it's almost like the slipping of the veil, the dropping of the mask to reveal things. So it's either, we're going to delve a bit deeper into this, but it's either that this is a spiritual lesson that we're going through, because he's got his hands crossed and he's got this ball, this almost like seeing, being able to see. But it could be, like I said, yeah, a lesson that's coming up around this full moon in Pisces. And at the bottom of the deck, we've got the Hanged Fair, which is the Hanged Man. This is, I let go of control of outcomes. I surrender to whatever is coming. This is living in the moment. This is a really hard thing to do. So this could be the lesson that this full moon in Pisces is encouraging us to try not to plan too far ahead, live each day in the moment, surrender to what the outcome of things might look like, because we kind of have been programmed or brought up to have this idea of what life is meant to look like and by whatever age kind of thing. And this is like, I surrender, I let go of control of outcomes, and in doing that, you turn yourself upside down and you see things from a different perspective. So that was bottom of the deck. Oh my voice, I was on fulfilled one of my little dreams last night and got to sing in a band. But on the downside, I've lost my voice a bit. Give us a bit more on the priest. Manifestation and moderation. So manifestation, Be very honest and clear about what you wish to manifest in your life. Now write it down on paper. Manifestation step 1. Well, this could be Pisces is ruled by Neptune, Jupiter. I think it's the planet of dreams, illusion, delusion, but very strong manifesting energy. But like I said before, in order to clear out, we don't want to manifest and keep repeating the same pattern. So we have to clear out on the inside. But there's manifesting energy available. And this is yellow, so it's in the solar plexus. This is like, what do I want? What serves me? What is going to be for my highest good? But not just for my highest good, for everybody around me. And then underneath that, we've got moderation. So it's working in a little bit of this, a little bit of that. There is something you shouldn't be eating. Try eat mindfully, healthfully, although the fairies say a little bit of what you fancy is fine. So when I think about this energetically, it's a little bit about like moderating where your energies go, as well as overindulgence. We could overindulge in one aspect, not get enough rest, but there's moderation involved there. It's about balancing out. But this is definitely bringing up some kind of spiritual lesson. More in the priest is more in the doing. The high priestess is intuitively. So manifestation and the priest. Give us a little something else with this. I am absolutely sweating out in this kitchen today. A little bit more on the priest and manifestation. It could be that you've learnt how to manifest, and passing that knowledge on is vital. So we have get clear. So this is, I am sitting in meditation. I'm using my third eye. I'm thinking or learning about what it is that I want to manifest in this almost like meditative state, and then get clear. Get clear, it's in purple, so it's in the mind space. Get clear in the mind space about what it is that you want to manifest. And it said, write a list, make a list. But getting clear is being a little bit demanding, because I've noticed with like when I've done my manifesting, it's all right having a pin board and that, but it's almost like you've almost got to actually just believe that you're already there. But if we're not clear, if we're a bit wishy-washy, indecisive, then we're going to send loads and loads of options, and it'll be really difficult to feel out what is the best move. So it's like, this is what I want. Get clear on it. Write it down. And you don't have to write it down. At the bottom we've got vibration. So this is lifting the vibration. And again, it's kind of like purple. We've got the full moon there. She's got a moth underneath her. And when we lift our we will attract moths. If you think about us shining, moths are attracted to light. So when we shine, we attract moths. Unfortunately, sometimes you do get them in the 3D, just to let you know. But it's about going in, doing the meditative work, doing the learning how to manifest, being clear on what it is that you want to manifest. This is the energy that's available to us at this moment, and then raising your vibration to match the manifestation. Because it's all right saying, oh, I want the, you know, I want to be, this is where I want to be, this is what I want to be doing. But if you're not walking the walk, talking the talk, it's not going to come in because you haven't cleared or got clear. And when it says get clear, it's clear on the inside as well as the outside. Okay, give us a bit more on this priest. Need to know what the sounds like. Three of Pentacles. So the Three of Pentacles is either bringing three people together to collaborate, to join forces. But with this card and energetically, I feel like it's three gifts that you've either got or are coming in, because there's a butterfly here and he's dropping one into her. So it's bringing three things together. And it could be like you can sing, you can write, you can draw. You have these. It might be asking us to really delve deep into this priest energy to find out what our three gifts are. What three gifts do I have that I can bring into the world in order to pass on some kind of spiritual healing or some kind of spiritual teaching that benefits not just myself but others. Three of Pentacles, Four of Pentacles underneath, so that's a jump up, but the four is like, this is the gifts coming in, or the people, collaborations coming in, money coming in. The four is, I'm just going to sit quietly with this. I'm not actually in a place to be able to share much at the moment, so it's almost like working behind the scenes and building the foundation, and that could be the moderation. That could be the moderation of not giving out too much, not letting out, saying too much. So a little bit more on this Three of Pentacles, get clear. So we've got the Hanged Man, the Hanged Fair. I let go of control of outcomes. I surrender to, and that is literally sitting in the moment. Hi Lulu, how's the sound? Is it good? Sitting in the moment. I surrender to. There is no past, no present, no future. There's a saying that says, I've nowhere to be, no, I've no one to be, I've nowhere to go, I've nothing to do. And that literally puts you in the present moment. But along with this priest, it is about learning to view things from a different angle. So the spiritual lesson that this Pisces full moon eclipse is bringing up, which is allowing us to let go of control of outcomes. And what did it fall out with? The King of Cups. So the King of Cups moves from his heart space, and he actually physically goes out into the world, but he doesn't give a lot away. And that's what I'm saying. It's like he has mastered his divine masculine in his heart space, but he's done it through observation. He's done it through watching. He observes everything that goes around, you know, that's going on around him. And this could be quite new. This could be looking at things from a different angle. Rather than being reactive or responding, it's about sitting in that. He's almost like, I'm riding the waves. I've mastered my heart space chakra. And he's not calculated. If he was upside down, I'd say he was calculated. But he is just being observant in what's going on. And that's the divine masculine in our heart space. And then makes moves out in the world. So get clear. Two of Swords at the bottom. Let's get some more. Manifestation energy. This fell out on surrendering control. So we've got the Sun which is one of the highest, most radiant cards of the deck, and she's got this little boy sitting on her lap, so it's about giving birth, but it shines that energy on anything within us that we're doing. But it came out with the Queen of Pentacles. So the Queen of Pentacles is the highest level of abundance. She does not chase, she creates. She is in charge of kingdoms. She doesn't sit in an energy of lack. Everything that she wants comes to her. And with the Sun as well, it's like, I have everything that I need. There is no lack. It's an energy of, I'm the Queen of Pentacles, I have everything I need and there is no lack. And in doing that, she radiates this Sun energy. The Sun shines down on the Queen of Pentacles, and she can just say, right, this is going on, I send me someone who can help with, and then boom, Three of Pentacles drops it in her lap. People, places, funds, and the Queen of Pentacles is happy being on her own as well, but it's a very divine feminine energy to be in. So where I'm gonna go, oh, and then we've got the, I am sweating out, I wish I could open the door. Ace of Swords at the bottom. So the Ace of Swords is clarity and truth. There's enlightenment around this. It's like the aha moment. It's a brand new idea. So it's a brand new way of thinking, a brand new way of being, a brand new way of moving in the world. Queen of Pentacles, knowing her worth. And it's the sword of truth. So it's piercing through the rose. So anything, this is the kind of eclipse it out, sword of truth. Anything that is not sitting or in alignment with the Queen of Pentacles will come to light around this full moon, and the sword of truth will pierce through anything and eclipse it out. God, I wish it wasn't, I'm not going to say I wish it wasn't so hot. I'm going to be sitting up here in the winter, freezing my nuts off. Probably not. So I'm going to just get some clarification with the... Hey, lovely. Yes, it's very clear. Thank you, beautiful sister. Oh, I love you. We're going to get a little bit of clarification with the Druid cards. So get clear, manifestation, and this feels like a spiritual lesson or seeking spiritual knowledge in how to... The Three of Pentacles is, I'm waiting for my ships to come in, patiently waiting for my ships to come in. So it's like these seeds have been thrown out, cast out into the field, and they're just beginning to take root. But he's standing there patiently waiting. So it is a card of patience, but it's just in that knowing. The Queen of Pentacles knows that her ships are coming in because she knows her worth. But she doesn't chase anything. She just waits patiently for it to arrive. She gets clear about what it is she wants, and this is asking us to master some strength in doing this. Now, strength in it's not physical strength, it's mental strength. It's in the way that we think. So affirmations and not reaction but responding, not getting involved in day-to-day bullshit, just staying focused, but being strong in that. Being almost strong in the belief. She has mastered this bull, or I've got to remember what it is. She's mastered it. Because of her energy, she has actually, you know, calmed it down. And it's asking us to get into that energy of I'm strong. You know, it may look like chaos is going on around, but I'm standing in my strength. She's in this real red, that's root chakra energy. And then we've got the Knight of Swords. So the Knight of Swords is something coming in very quickly. Fast action movement forward. And this could be news. This could be news that we may not have been expecting. Now, the Knight of Swords doesn't stay around. He tends to, if it's a message, it's coming in quick. Don't know, I've got no battery. If it's a message, it's coming in quick. And then they leave again. So I'm just going to check my... Does that work? Actually. Okay, bottom of the deck we've got the Five of Cups. So there could have been a little lack, a little, this isn't fulfilling me. Five of Cups can be a little bit of regret. But it's not being seen, not being heard, kind of like not filling my cup. And then the Five of Swords. So the Five of Swords is fuckery. The Five of Swords is winning at all costs. This is people who have no integrity and will go about whatever to get what they want. It's gossip, it's very low energy, sort of Five of Swords. I just call it fuckery really. But it's in the mind space. So it's not authentic, but it's a bit manipulating as well. And it could be that it needed strength to get through or to walk away from this Five of Swords energy. And that's what that Ace of Swords is. It's clarity, piercing through the truth of it. It's definitely felt like a spiritual lesson. Oh, now the lady is the Empress. The Empress. She sits abundant. She's pregnant with new ideas. It's harvest time. All her arms are filled with just everything that's coming in. She's in her divine feminine, and again, this is really strong manifestation energy. And she knows her worth. This is in the divine feminine. She's like, I care for myself. I care for those around me. And that paired with the Queen of Pentacles is probably one of the strongest high feminine energies that you can be in order to manifest what it is that you want to come in. But again, she just sits and she births new ideas through her intuition, through her thoughts, through what it is that she wants. We are going to move on to the fairy. I call them the labyrinth cards. We're running out of space here. And I've got a new deck. So we'll get a little bit more. And bottom of the deck is the Two of Wands. The Two of Wands always represents like this opportunity. It's like I've got two wands in my hand and it's created a gateway, an opportunity to walk through. And then underneath that's the sun. So whatever this is, it is illumination. And it could be illuminating around the headspace, around the crown chakra in both those cards. It's illumination around the crown chakra, the headspace. So let's have a look and see what the labyrinth fairies want to say. So I think it took a lot of strength to walk away from this Five of Swords. And it lifted a vibration, or there is the opportunity to lift. but it's a spiritual lesson. And it's something that can be passed on, but there was some truth that came out in that process, clarity, like an aha moment. Let's see what the old labyrinth fairies will say. So give us something on the truth and the sun. Get clear, manifestation. We have the fairy godmother. I love that. So there are wishes coming in. Look at her. She's so beautiful. The fairy godmother represents obviously wishes coming in, but it also represents granting wishes for other people. So it asks us to be open to receiving and to believe that there are fairy godmothers out there. There are people out there. This Three of Pentacles is people, places or things being dropped in your lap because you've done this work. This guy sits in integrity, he sits in authenticity. And you know, mastering that King of Cups isn't easy. It's not easy, but there was a surrendering of control. And then the fairy godmother grants us wishes. But it also says, try a bit of fairy godmothering yourself. So actually, you know, do things for people unconditionally, maybe without even them knowing, and see what happens. I think it's that lesson in, right, what I give out, I get back kind of thing. So we've got a little bit of fairy godmothering going on. Ah, love the old full moon in Pisces. Wow. Okay. So, I'll take that. The soul shrinker and the glamourer. The soul shrinker is about, it's very much Five of Swords. The soul shrinker, let me get those two up. The soul shrinker reminds us that the way that we speak about ourselves or about other people sends out an energetic pulse. And if we're being unkind in our thoughts, then that will shrink our own energetic field. If we're being unkind in the thoughts of other people, then obviously that goes out to them. And that's very much Five of Swords. It's very much this, gossiping. So that fell out. What else have we got? The Glamonster. Now again, see how they're both wearing masks? This is a time the masks are falling. This is a time where we're going in intuitively. And the Glamonster actually sort of glamourizes things up. So there could be a temptation, or there has been a temptation, of people making things look better than what they actually seem. And sparkling it up a little bit. And this could be the lesson that we're learning, is that the masks are falling off, not only from our own eyes, but from what's been sort of put out to us, that it's not always as you know, sparkly as it seems. I hope this is making sense. The l'amour, I'm going to read her. 30. I don't think I'm going to be able to do this with the door shut because it's too hot. 30. Unconditional giving and unconditional receiving. There we go. If you are stuck or blocked in a situation, and this turns up in a reading, you probably need to stop focusing on what you are trying to accomplish and simply give to others. So that is again like surrendering control. I let go of control of outcomes, and also with the fairy godmother. It's unconditional giving without expecting anything back. And this actually moves things forward. Because sometimes when we're focused too much on the outcome of something, we need to shift direction. And this is how manifesting works. You have to shift your direction and then wait patiently for the manifestation to come into the 3D. Try a few random acts of kindness, unconditional giving of course. Go do some volunteer work. Give to a needy stranger. Give more than what you've got, or give them to compliments from the universe. So give a bit more than you think you can afford, and go a little further than you think reasonably can. I want to get something else on this. When we fall out of balance in what we give and what we receive, we can have constipation or diarrhea of the spirit. Spiritual constipation makes us toxic and bloated and unable to deal with more intake. Spiritual diarrhea makes us energetically depleted, limp and needy. The spiritual forms of these particular malfunctions are entirely a result of your choices about balancing our giving and receiving. You may think you have it right, but if things are not going well for you, Lamar suggests you think again. If you are pushing and pushing at something, it can often help greatly just to back off, relax about it, let go of control of outcomes. And get back into the flow of your most generous form, which is the Queen of Pentacles. She makes sure everybody else around her is happy. And then this is Avril, the parrot, number 50. Avril the parrot, number 50. Communication. Clear communication are vitally important here, so this is get clear. Strive for verbal brilliance. Listen carefully, be articulate and be willing to calmly debate the issues and explore ideas with others. Open communication will enhance the chances of success all round. Avril also suggests that the parent watch for body language. Incomplete sentences and unfinished thoughts, and try to discover what these signals are meant to get across. We as humans can semaphore each other by flashing the lights in our throat centres. In fact, he says we do that and read the messages on an unconscious level, which is one of the ways we pick up on unspoken feelings and thoughts of each other. So again, it's about learning that. Learning to read, sometimes having verbal brilliance. Because the Queen of Pentacles, she says what she wants very clearly. So I think I'm going to close. I hope this has been helpful. I think I'm going to close with one of my new fairy wisdom cards. Might change seats next time, who knows. I'm just trying to find out where the best connection is, but we've managed to go all the way through without any interference. If they don't jump, it means there's more to be said from the old labyrinth fairies. There we go. The Fairy of Dreams. Now obviously with the full moon being in Pisces, that is where dreams come from. It's the planet of Neptune. One of the highest, almost furthest away. It is the planet of dreams, so the Fairy of Dreams. That's at the bottom of the deck though. And again there's purple there as well. The Fairy of Courage. And we've got the Fairy of Transformation. I bought these at Tribal Festival, and some Andrew Laylock made them. So the Fairy of Courage. Fairy of Courage. Here we go. They're very shiny. The Fairy of Courage, symbolised by the lion's mane mushroom, is a fearless and inspiring presence in our lives. She encourages us to summon our inner strength and face challenges with bravery, reminding us that courage is found in standing up for our personal beliefs and not letting anything derail us from living a life in line with our values, hopes and dreams. In the presence of the Fairy of Courage, we learn the art of self-belief and resilience. She inspires us to trust in our own abilities and to tap into our inner reservoir of strength. By doing so, we can confront challenges with unwavering determination and overcome obstacles that once seemed impossible. She teaches us the importance of taking calculated risks to enable us to pursue our passions and beliefs. She reminds us that courage often involves stepping out of our comfort zones and exploring new possibilities. By embracing change and pursuing our dreams, we can discover hidden strengths and talents that lead to personal growth. With the wisdom of the Fairy of Courage, we find an invitation to cultivate bravery as a way of life. She encourages us to face our fears head-on, to embrace challenges as opportunities for growth, and to take bold steps towards our goals and inspirations. With her as our guide, we can become beacons of courage, inspiring ourselves and others to rise above adversity and create the future we deserve. And then we have the Fairy of Transformation. Now I can't remember my alphabet. The Fairy of Transformation. So this is what's available to us over this Pisces full moon. Look at those lilies. She's just gliding across the water. She's in the water. She's in the water up to her knees. Get into those fields. Clear out anything that no longer serves us. The Fairy of Transformation is a mystical being, symbolically embodied by the lotus flower. This plant emerges from the water's murky depths to bloom in all its radiant glory. The Fairy of Transformation is the guardian and embodiment of beauty that arises from change and growth. She stands as a testament to the resilience of life, showing us that even in the most challenging circumstances, new beginnings and opportunities can emerge, much like the lotus flower's journey from the mud to the surface. In her presence, we discover the wisdom that transformation is essential to the human experience. She teaches us to embrace change, no matter how daunting it may seem, for the potential for self-discovery and growth lies within change. Like the lotus flower, which begins as a humble seed buried beneath the water's surface, we too can rise above adversity, emerging stronger and more beautiful than before. The Fairy of Transformation. The Fairy of Transformation beckons us to shed our old skin and embrace the ever-evolving journey of life. She reminds us that in each ending is the beginning of a new chapter, and within each challenge is the opportunity for growth and self-improvement. Just as the lotus flower unfolds its delicate petals in the light of day, this fairy encourages us to open our hearts and minds to the possibilities that transformation brings. With their guidance, we can navigate the currents of change with grace, courage, and unwavering belief in the transformative power of new beginnings. I love you.